sets it off on a weekend morn. Dash to the shower, wash off the dirt, then to the closet for a collared shirt. Run to the car like a stud race horse, step on the gas to get to the course. Racing to the first tee, knowing what fun it will be. Soon the starter will call me to the first tee. Find the course, park in the back of the lot. Don't wanna be the victim of an errant shot. Change the shoes, check the clothes once more. Check in at the counter, and head to the door. Track down the cart, do the equipment exchange. Step on the gas to get to the range. Racing to the first tee, knowing what fun it will be. Soon the starter will call me to the first tee. The practice shots hurt, will this be my fate? But as the bucket empties, a few go straight onto the practice green, line up some putts. Why do we do this? The game prep is nuts. So much has happened, the game's not begun. Step on the gas to get to one. Racing to the first tee, knowing what fun it will be. Soon the starter will call me to the first tee. To the first tee. To the first tee.
It is showtime, baby. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages.
Big's Golf Talk.
This is gonna suck. Hey.
A place for information, advice, golf news, golf reviews, and of course, golf humor.
Oh man, I'm taking a leak in my pants.
Big's Golf Talk.
It's showtime, baby.
Biggs Golf Talk is presented by US Golf Challenge with Tito's Vodka. Qualify for the King's Cup today by visiting BiggsGolfTalk.com, BiGGs and click on the link for the local qualifying, or visit USGolfChallenge.com. Biggs Golf Talk is also sponsored in part by ShotScope, Data is Power, Encore Golf, Photo Ball Marker, McNally 22, UFO Tour Golf, Ready Putt, Spider Divot Tools. Connect with Biggs Golf Talk on the social media networks: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Golf Bald. Subscribe to Biggs Golf Talk and YouTube, iTunes. We're available on the Google Play Music Store and on iHeartRadio and Spotify. Our website is www.biggsgolftalk.com, BiGGSGolftalk.com. Unfortunately, the golf diva Amanda Robertson has the day off. She is at an event herself, but she has emailed us her on par with Amanda. Right next to me, my cohort, the one and only, the golf father, Bill Cuevas, and we are live at Arnold Palmer Bay Hill in Orlando, Florida, at the International Kings Cup. And, Billy, what a day, a week it has been.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. I mean, the views that we've been waking up to, the view that we're looking at right now is incredible. Been having a great time, great food, great people. People from Ireland we've met, been really, really cool, really nice. I love the accents. It's been a great time so far, and I'm looking for the next 2 days to come.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, day one, do we have any Americans in the room right now?
Yeah.
There we go. It's day one. America is on top. USA is on top above Ireland right now, only up by, I think, 5-6 points? So they got some work to do still yet.
Yes. Well, this is one of the best outings that they've had so far. The first two were by mere points. I believe they were tied in the first one, and then went back in, and America lost. And the second one was only by several points. So, I mean, literally, last year was the only time that I think that we really took a beating. But we're in the lead, which is awesome. I'm hoping that they come through today, get some extra points. I mean, I'm still cheering for Ireland a little bit, just a little bit, but that McCool girl,
she's
she's
trash talking.
Yeah,
baby.
she's been trash talking. I mean, she's a spitfire. She's like nonstop. She just keeps going. But I think it's going to be a good competition today. Today's single matches. So I'm interested to see how it goes.
Let's give it up for our Ireland international people. They're over there having breakfast right now. We are broadcasting live in the breakfast room, but I'll tell you what, Bill, you mentioned a great point. Mm-hmm. Meeting so many great Ireland people, mm-hmm. and, they're just friendly. I mean, it's like they've known you for years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know what? Their ethic is incredible. There was a guy that was putting since before we started setting up that team from our team.
Yeah.
He's one. They've been hitting the gym. They've been hitting the saunas. They've been hitting that, and
they're disciplined.
Yes, it's incredible.
Yes.
Watching them with their cool, and then they when they come with us and they start talking their accent, they're like, yeah, putty in your hands, So I'm looking forward to seeing how the United States come at them today. We have a lot of good guests coming on from both Ireland and the United States, so I'm ready to get this show going.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to call Tank up here. Hey, Tank, you want to come on up here? Yes. But I'll tell you what, man, this guy we're about to bring up is incredible, too. How he cannot play in this event and just interview and stuff like that. You and I had a chance to play Bay Hill.
Yes.
And my highlight of Bay Hill is on the 18th hole, 55 yards out. Billy, you were there. Indy golf wedge, 60 degrees, 2 bounces in the jar.
Yes. It was a miracle in itself, and it happened on 18, no less. If I didn't see it myself, I wouldn't believe it. Like most of our guests that have seen you golf, they won't believe it. But, yeah, on the third bounce, it just drained right in the cup from 55 yards out. How 55 yards? Because we shot it with a tech before it dropped. So his Indy wedge did come for him. It almost stopped literally dead in that cup. It was perfect.
Your Indy wedges have – you
hit
the pin.
Yeah, I hit that, yeah.
Yeah. That would have been a good marketing, boy, if we could have got that on video. I don't know where Tank was with his camera, but
yeah, that's what Pat was saying. He's like, "Wow, you guys in those Indy wedges? What's going on over there?" So yeah, where he was having. You saw those greens. If you hit your wedge out of that sand the wrong way, pyong, it was gone. So we were lucky that we were playing with some Indy wedges and we got some grip. Even with those a little bit, we still caught the grip and had the ball stop.
Well, the guy that's leading up all the MC duties up here and really handling things, helping out the USGC and stuff like that, Randy Tantlinger is joining us here on BiGGs Golf Talk. Day one, Tank, what was your take on day one here at Bay Hill Lodge with the International Kings Cup?
Hold on, let me warm up before I. Me, I. Have you guys heard my seagull imitation? You want to hear it?
No,
Close your eyes.
No, we've heard your imitation.
Imagine you're over
No,
Tampa.
We don't want to. No. Yeah, no. It sounds more like you're a whale out of water. No.
I'm in Florida, man.
I know, but
beaches, seagulls.
I know, but that noise. You made that on the golf course yesterday.
Somewhere.
Yeah, not
over
today.
Over the rainbow.
Can you find that rainbow and leave?
Little Titleist fly. Oh, why can't
I made a mistake by having up here.
Titleist fly. All right, I'm warmed up now.
All right. Day one, USA's on top. Was it by 6 points? But
in horse racing, they call that lengths.
Lengths. Yes.
Yeah.
We're outpacing our Irish compadres after day one.
It's close, though. I mean, I saw some ties. There were several groups that tied. I think it was the second group that tied and like the 6th or 7th group that tied 18-18. So I guess there was a total of 36 points per, the two teams that were competing against each other. There was one or two, like maybe, that we won't talk about blowouts. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, I would say at least 6, maybe 7 of the matches were really close. they could have swung either way. It was like maybe a one hole, 2-hole difference in the matches.
Well, I think after speaking with the Irish team, a lot of them conveyed how fast the greens are compared to their home turf.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to understand, these guys have come over from Ireland where first of all, the temperature over there's been in the 50s for them.
Yeah, we had that talk. Yes,
right.
we talked
so
about that.
their greens are wet that they're rolling on, probably 2 on a stump. I don't know. We're here in Orlando. The sun is baking. It's 90 degrees. These greens are dry, quick, and fast, probably at a 10 on the stem.
I would say about 10, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking to one of the pros before we teed off.
Brian.
And he was telling us for the tour,
They go at
this
14.
is slow.
Yeah.
These greens are slow, so they go 14
They go 14.
when they have the
top of
tournament
this
on it.
counter.
Yeah, because we started talking like when we were putting. He was with us, so when I was putting, I was literally hitting the outside of the cup every single time, bang, bang, and I was like, what's going on? So I started talking to the guys from the pro shop, and they were like, that's because these greens are some of the toughest to read.
Well, you guys know I'm from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
We got a little
We're
golf
sorry.
course. Yeah. We got a little golf course there that HC Phones designed.
Uh-huh.
HC Phones only designed one golf course and built one golf course in his life. We like to call it Oakmont.
Yeah,
We
we've
call
all
it
heard
Oakmont.
it. Yeah, we've heard of
And
Oakmont.
Oakmont's reputation for its greens is absolute. The members leave it at anywhere between 12, 14, whatever the highest is.
Yeah.
And they pride themselves on those greens at Oakmont being like the top of this table. And, the tour, when it comes through for the U.S. Open, traditionally,
Yeah.
the guys like BiGGs, they cry. They complain they're too fast. However, once you've learned to maneuver on that type of green
Yeah.
consistently with quick and the undulations, you can putt anywhere in the world. Especially if it's rolling slow.
Yeah, well, over here.
Billy, you've seen me golf off
I've
the
seen it.
tees.
Is
It's
that
like
what you call it? I don't think they call that.
It's
but
like a gorilla trying to get the skin off a banana.
yeah,
But,
that's kind of. I agree with you.
Putting and chipping, no, I amaze myself.
No, they're definitely unique here for the
You want
greens.
me to leave now?
No, you can't leave yet. the greens were different because I was reading things that weren't there. Breaks. The breaks are really, really subtle. They're super subtle.
Right.
And I'm waiting for I play in Florida a lot, so I'm used to boom taking off. When you have a shorter course, it's going to take off. And what did we play? 65. I think we played 6,400, something like that yesterday. So. Getting there with all those
whatever
bunkers.
the yellow. Now, Bay Hill here, if you haven't noticed, the tee markers are set up by even the colors of his umbrella.
Yes. Yeah,
That's
they
what's
are.
so cool.
Yeah, and red isn't the front color,
No, it is
which
not.
I really like.
Yeah.
Because now most people are like, oh, those are forward tees, so they stay away from that. But I really like
There's
that.
a stigma of red.
Oh, yeah.
Red tees. It's
Yep.
Yeah.
Because like when we were talking with Miss McCool, Lynn, she was getting challenged by everybody. So I said I could take you. I'll
She
take
was
you down.
trash talking
all
day long.
Yes,
She's a
all
player.
day. Yeah, she was. But so I told her, I was like, I'll take you down. Let's go. And I said, but here's the catch, because you're talking so much, you got to play from the back tees, and I'm going to play from the forward tees. And she's like, that's not right. So I was like, yeah, it's right. You've been talking smack. You say you're a real golfer. You're this, you're that. Then you need to go to the back. That's not like her.
Leprechaun in the Lucky Charms commercial.
I
when you did
tried.
that.
I
That's
tried.
hilarious.
I tried to go in my Irish
Oh,
voice.
straight them, Bigora.
Yeah, exactly. That
Crack
kind
you
of
over the head with a shillelagh.
Yep.
By the way, the producer back at the studio just whispered in my ear that a new sponsor has come on board, and after the USA beats Ireland, Kleenex tissues is the new sponsor for Ireland's trip back to.
Hey! They heard that. Yeah,
I thought they were sound asleep over there.
Yeah, they were quiet until you said that. Well, some of them looked at us yesterday when Big said that, and they're like, "What a Kleenex?"
What's Kleenex?
They know now. They Googled the
Yeah, they Googled
it. Yeah.
Yes, but then you heard Miss McCool's response to that, right?
Yeah.
She announced that their new sponsor was Guinness.
Yes.
When they won, so they seem to appreciate that one
And
a
all
lot
of us were
more
like,
than ours.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
they were responding to that.
they
so.
responded to Guinness, but not Kleenex.
Tank, you had the
The
opportunity.
Irish don't cry. We just punch.
You see? Yeah, and
Don't forget, I'm Swiss and half Irish.
I remember the first time that we met, you explained to me how you became Irish and why you were Irish and why you were so angry and Irish. And You proved your point. I'd be very angry.
So,
That's unsuitable for live air.
Yeah, that's very unsuitable. But yes, I agree with you.
Speaking of suitable for live air, so I actually found out that we actually have bathrobes in our rooms. And I almost
it took him 3 days.
I almost ran down the hall to Billy in my bathrobe.
all I heard was he started texting. Feel the fabric.
Feel the fabric.
Feel the fabric, Billy. Does it bring back memories? I was like, Biggs, you're on the wrong floor.
Well, the code of conduct here at Arnold Palmer's house.
That would be unacceptable.
Yeah, I mean, tucking in your shirt at the very least is not
no hats.
No hats.
Right.
Yeah,
people were questioning that on Facebook. Bill, where's your hat? Let alone wearing it forwards.
Well, and that's a great segue into Mr. Palmer himself.
Yep.
And why he is so admired and revered and will never be forgotten. There's an old saying, money does not make a man, money unmasks a man.
Yes,
absolutely.
So you give a guy some cash, maybe he thinks he's special, better than everybody else. That was not Arnold Palmer. He knew every day was a blessing and a gift from God above, that he could help raise money for kids and families. And he was just a humble, nice man who realized that everything that God had given him was a precious gift. And those old school values that we seem to have lost as a society anymore, Mr. Palmer is one of those connections to those last bastonages of being a gentleman.
Yes.
How to conduct yourself, not only on a golf course, but in life as well, to be polite to others. The golden rule, do unto others as you would have done to you. Yep. Charity, all those wonderful things. And, that was sincere on his. I can tell you, being from Latrobe and having spent time with him, he was exactly the same man you saw doing Pennzoil commercials or running through, chasing OJ through the airport in a Hertz rent-a-car, whatever it was, as he was in his private life. And his sense of humor was great. I mean, he would have fit in with you and I, Billy and Biggs, like that, because the man loved, as the Irish say, Mr. Palmer loved a good crack, a good joke.
Yes.
And, they keep his spirit alive here. He hasn't been gone from us that long.
No, he hasn't.
And that spirit of Mr. Palmer is alive and well here. And those little things that you do right, like take your hat off like a gentleman does inside.
Right. Absolutely.
Tuck your shirt
I respect that the hell out of
inside.
that.
Yeah.
Shave.
Right.
Yeah.
What's that guy right now? He looks like the caveman from Geico on the tour. What's his name? Tommy,
Armor? Is it Armor?
No,
the long hair?
You know who I mean.
Yeah.
He looks like a caveman.
Fleetwood or something?
Fleetwood,
yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mr. Palmer would take him up a Bic shaver and some Gillette shaving cream and say, here,
And
you're not
they
going
had-
onto my course
Not
until you clean
not
up.
for nothing, but we had a tour of the locker room.
Yeah.
And we got to see Arnold Palmer's locker, and everything is in his locker,
Pink
including
shirt,
musk.
everything. Yeah, he has his musk from like 1980 something.
Now, I don't know if you brought your own shower gel or whatever the case might be, but
man.
I'll tell you what, I use the stuff that's provided by the lodge, and when I come out of that shower, I imagine this is what Arnold Palmer smells like.
Wow, you live in a weird reality in your head.
Yes. Now,
I'm a little nutty.
yeah, and I didn't jump out the shower and say, "Oh, this is what he smells like." I was like, "Wow, this smells really good. I like it." It
does smell really good.
It clears your sinuses. That it has like a minty smell.
No, Biggs, I'm just busting on you a little bit.
Oh, I'm not.
The eucalyptus, I'm with
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
All the amenities are incredible here.
They
Even
really
the
are.
Shampoo, hand lotion, and but just getting back to Mr. Palmer again, because we play the International Kings Cup in honor to Mr. Palmer. We call it a tip of the hat to
Right.
Mr. Palmer. It's the very least we can do as amateur golfers to play in the Kings Cup, to remember him, to keep his memory alive, but more so his values, as we talked about the other night, those values we were just talking about.
Absolutely.
Again, in a society that moves so quick anymore, where rudeness and impatience seem to be the fare of how you conduct yourselves now.
Yeah.
It is refreshing to hear please, thank you, be treated like
It
ladies
really
and
is.
gentlemen.
It is.
Yes.
And so that's the tip of the cap that we like to think of Mr. Palmer through the International Kings Cup.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right, we need to head into our first break, and hopefully I see Lynn has walked in. Maybe we could get Lynn up
How
here
could you
real
not
quick.
hear Lynn come in? She's still talking. She can't even hear us talking.
She rolled
And we
a
have
keg of
speakers
Guinness
on.
in. You didn't see the keg of Guinness she rolled in?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, boys, it's been fun. I'm going to...
You might be you might be back over that rainbow soon.
The rainbow,
We kind of need like
little
Bob after we
Titleist
finish.
Fly.
Yeah, you keep flying.
All right, thank you, Tank.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Tank.
Tank.
My Titleist fly.
All right, now we need a commercial.
Yeah.
Quick.
All right, here we go. We'll be right back right after this, live from Bay Hill Golf Lodge and the International Kings Cup. We'll be right back.
The United States Golf
McCooley.
Challenge, sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, is in its 5th season of identifying the best two-person amateur teams in the country. 8 teams and 4 flights in 2 age divisions represent Team USA in a Ryder Cup-style competition with their international counterparts in the Kings Cup. We're looking for amateur golfers like you. The Kings Cup is played in honor of golf's greatest ambassador, Mr. Arnold Palmer, whose honesty, integrity, sportsmanship, and commitment to excellence represent the ideals for which the game of golf is known. The road to the Kings Cup begins with a local qualifier. Over 100 local qualifiers will be conducted throughout the U.S. beginning in February. By finishing in the top 30% of their local qualifier, teams earn their way into the USGC Kings Cup National Qualifier. The USGC is also looking for golf courses to host qualifiers. For information or to search for a local qualifier, the USGC website is www.usgolfchallenge.com.
This is a commercial for golfers. Take the next step to improving your game with ShotScope and discover your strengths and weaknesses. Analyze statistics on your clubs, tee shots, approaches, short game, and putting. ShotScope V2 is the golf watch that combines GPS distances with automatic performance tracking. Once you have it, you won't want to play around without it. Check out ShotScope.com to take your game to the next level.
Welcome back to Bay Hill Lodge, Golf and Lodge, here on Big's Golf Talk International Kings Cup. I'm Big John Vick. He is the golf father, Bill Cuevas, and joining us now is, would you say she's the team captain?
I think she's like the team mom, team captain, team everything. She's
Yes.
like everywhere. She's like, I don't know. I don't even think there's a one word for her. There's a whole bunch of adjectives.
I just know when she came in and she came to the table, she had a little tears in her eyes because they are behind right now. But the one and only Lynn McCool from Ireland, Northern Ireland, right?
Northern Ireland.
Yes.
The place to golf.
The place to golf. Yes.
I just want you guys to know that is not her real accent. She's pretending today.
She's trying to be
nice and kind. It's not her. Don't fall for that. We did.
That's me, very polite, as always, doing as my mommy told me.
So rumor has it you were playing the piano and singing all by yourself last night in the bar. Did you close it down?
No, I actually played the piano and I sang all night with Team America, and my team were in bed.
So that was your plan.
Are you saying
you heard that? You heard it. She said it was a tactic.
So
she sent
she
all her team to bed.
Right. She put a curfew on her team and decided, you know what, I'm going to keep the Americans up till 3 a.m.
In the bar.
I sure did.
Was there beverage?
There was a little
Tank says they still lost.
refreshments, yes.
There was refreshments, yeah. Did you have any
It's
refreshments?
called Milwaukee.
What is it called?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee? What's
Orange
that?
juice and water.
Cheetos and water? That's what we're saying? Cheetos and water.
She's looking back and forth. Yeah, just Milwaukee, yes.
Yeah, Milwaukee. You know, this young lady over here, she was challenging everybody on the golf course yesterday. So, you know, I try to do the American thing and be a gentleman and threaten her. Challenge her to a couple of rounds. And then, you know, we always go talking about this T system instead of ladies and men's and seniors and all this stuff. So when I challenged her because she was talking so much how good she was, I asked her to play the tips. And I was going to play the forward tees, but she declined. Why did you decline?
I declined because I was a little bit tired.
Just a little bit.
Because I was watching the International Kings Cup all day.
Ah, okay. And what's the young lady that you here with? I forgot her name. The tennis player.
Susie Mascaron King.
Okay, and she played Billie Jean King, and she wanted to know how I knew that.
Yes.
And she thought that you told me.
That's correct.
And did you tell me?
I didn't.
You see,
Henry.
I told her
You
that
did
I
the
knew a
research.
little bit about tennis, just a little bit.
She's a fantastic tennis player. I challenged her to a game of tennis today, but she wouldn't take me on.
She wouldn't take you up?
No.
Oh, you
But-
mean just like you wouldn't take Billy on?
She would, yeah.
Yeah,
It
she
was
said
a
she'd
battle she was
destroy
going to
me.
lose. I'm sure she would. How did the golf course thing go last night?
She destroyed me.
She She said she would too, and
Yeah, she's very competitive.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, I'm going to bring her in to give a team talk to my guys today.
Oh, okay. Well, she has the body for sports.
Yeah.
She's tall and lanky, and those arms are long, so she could really.
Yeah, she
Whip
looks
that ball.
just like me.
Yeah. Okay, I took a picture. It's going to go up on the site. I'm going to take a picture of her so you guys almost look like twins.
Yeah, we're like twins.
Almost. Like the twins, Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. You seen that movie?
Ah, now come on. I'll wear
You're
my
like,
high heels
oh,
tomorrow.
come on. All right, now we want to talk about some of the Northern Ireland golf courses. What's like if somebody from me, I've never been to Ireland. I want to go to Ireland. I want to go to Northern Ireland. Where am I going?
Well, I mean, we've got 52 links golf courses that
52.
surround our whole island.
Okay.
So Northern Ireland now is the real happening place.
Okay.
Because we've got the Open coming in July. And, we've got so many great golf courses. And the beautiful thing about the links golf courses is that they're all so different, and the excitement now with the Open. But not only that, the things to do. That's what golfers are doing now when they come to Northern Ireland. They're fitting in the activities that they can do whilst they're there. So they're coming in, they're staying maybe a week or a few days longer so they can take in the sights. Like, there's so much going on now with the Game of Thrones in Northern Ireland.
Yes.
Yes.
So, I mean, the busloads of tourists that are coming to see the sites of where this Game of Thrones has been filmed. Is
Yep.
just unbelievable. But it's great for Northern Ireland. I mean, we're so thankful. It's just fantastic.
So if me and Biggs wants to go to Northern Ireland, right? We're going for our trip. How long? Because, like people say, you go to Europe, you got to spend at least 3-4 weeks there because you got to take the train, you got to do this, you got to go to Paris, you got to go. If I go to Northern Ireland and I want to see sights, not just golf, because the area, we know it's a great golf destination. It's 52. I'll never get it done in a week. But how long typically should a person go there to stay? 2 weeks, 3 weeks to try and maximize their trip?
I would say a fantastic holiday could be planned. A great itinerary could be over 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And those 52 golf courses, they're around the whole island of Ireland, But in Northern Ireland, we've got quite a number. We have Portstewart, where they had the Irish Open last year. We've got a fantastic links called Castle Rock Golf Club. And I love Castle Rock because of the hospitality. The clubhouse, the members, you can see the sea from the clubhouse, and everybody's just in great form. And we've got fantastic parkland courses as well. And when people are coming in from America, they typically want to play the links, but I'd be suggesting to go up to the likes of Malone Golf Club, which is a real traditional parkland golf club in the heart of Belfast, And,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they've got others as well, like Beaver. And then you go over to the east side, and of course, number one golf course in the world.
Yes.
Royal County Down.
Yes.
Just the mountains of Mourne. It's a beautiful spot. And then up a few miles up the road, we've got Ardglass Golf Club.
Now, do you do those do you set up the trips like if people wanted to go from the America to you guys, or could they contact you to set up trips?
If they want to do a golf trip?
No, I'm not a tour operator, but I have to say that in Ireland we've got some of the best tour operators.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, they're fantastic, and it's just a matter of getting in contact with the tourist board.
I'm just going to call you.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere else.
Yeah, well, you see, I know all the little
because
hidden gems.
There's a few team guys from America that went there, and I actually had the opportunity to spend a couple of days with all of them. And a lot of them had participated in Ireland. They went to Ireland, and they were actually taking trips. They were all going. All the guys that lost, they were all going back. Because they said people were opening up their homes to them. They never went back to hotels. They loved it. They said they became family. They were FaceTiming each other.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, they left like family, like brothers. And they just said that everybody opened up the doors to them. That was one of the most hospitable places that they've ever visited.
Yeah, I mean, it's a real fun place. And in Ireland, people just really like to enjoy themselves.
So they're not like you then?
Not at all. They're lighter than I am.
Yeah.
But, when you're coming to Ireland, you got to spend, you can't do the whole country, the
Yes.
whole island of Ireland. You can't do it in 1 week. You've got to pick, north, a week's golf. Okay, I'm going to stay up there and I'm going to settle down and I'm going to just travel to the golf courses from the hotels. And then if you're going to the south, it's a week there. And if it's the east, a week there,
So
and the
those
West,
you have
a week
4
there.
provinces inside of
Yeah,
Northern.
and it's
Okay.
better to do it that way. That's my big suggestion to people. I mean, I've been working in resorts for years, and I see guys trying to do it all nearly
takes
in
away.
1 week in the whole country, and you can't
You
do
can't
it
because you spend too much time driving.
Yeah, and I think you just miss out then in creating the friendships, and visiting our hot pubs and
How long
I
are
was
you
going to
guys
say,
here for?
actually, I was going to ask her about the pubs because there was a story about a certain pub in your area that I guess a gentleman has it out of a shack.
the Keeley House, and it's a little
yes.
bit more of a shack now. And I have to say, he's got a fantastic place there now. He's built it up over the years, all down through collections of family, bits and pieces, and he's put it together. And I have to say, I think it's probably the best pub in Ireland, and I would say that out loud.
And an American said that too.
Yeah.
Our very own Tank, and he
Yeah.
knows pubs really well. There's nobody in America that knows
You'll get a
pubs like
fantastic
Tank.
pint of Guinness and
And some crack.
and some crack.
Crack.
That
Lots of crack.
The crack's mighty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We learned that crack was jokes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. In America, it's not jokes.
No.
Yeah, we don't go down into Orlando and ask for crack.
Hey,
No.
But you can come
can you
to
tell-
you can come to Northern Ireland.
Right.
You
Yeah.
have the crack.
Yeah.
Have the crack.
Yeah, the crack. Yeah.
Yes, we got plenty
It's
of
a
crack
good
for you
thing.
in Northern
It
Ireland.
puts a smile on your face.
Yes, we even have people here smiling while we're saying crack because they know when in America we don't say crack.
No.
No.
So we're not going to say it anymore.
No,
No,
maybe a few times. I like it now since you taught me the word.
Say, crack's
Yeah.
mighty.
Crack. What is it?
The crack's mighty.
Cracks
My
mighty.
tea.
That's
The
what we say
crack's
at home.
mighty.
The crack's
Yeah.
mighty.
The crack's mighty.
Yeah, we'll give you a little lesson. later
Give me a
on.
lesson
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we know
yeah.
the crack's mighty in America too, but not for the same reason.
That's a good segue into my next question about lessons because it seems to me the USA gave Northern Ireland a lesson yesterday on day number 1 and took the lead, and hence bringing the cup back to USA in the next couple of days. But what would you say to your Irish players about day number 2 for today?
Well, we've been talking all night. We actually are delighted with the result yesterday.
You're delighted.
Yes.
Okay.
Because the standard, I was out there all day, and the standard of golf was amazing. I mean, one of our groups, the Category A guys, they had to finish birdie, birdie, birdie. I mean, birdie, birdie, birdie at Bay Hill to half the match.
Yes.
So, that was a real good fight
Yeah,
back. And when you
absolutely.
think there's 2 points for every hole won
Yeah.
or lost, so that was 6 points in 3 holes. So they really dug deep. And going around halfway yesterday, there was a few of them behind, but they dug deep. And I just kept saying to them, this is such a beautiful event that don't think of it as up or down in match play. Think of it for every point. So if you're coming up the last one, you can get that point or that 2 points. Just keep grinding away. So today now that we'll be going out there, and I just really want them to enjoy it. I want them to go out and dig deep, really, to the bitter end, because that's what you've got to do with this event. And it'll be interesting to see now they'll be playing the Greensums, both teeing off today. And we've got some big hitters out there, so the United States better watch
And when
out.
they say big hitters, they got a guy that's like 5'6". He's a big hitter. I asked him, "Oh, so you hit about 319? About 3. Right, 3. What do you mean 3? Yeah, 300." And he was shorter than me, I think. I don't even think, and I'm short. And he was
we call
like,
him the
wow.
Nipper.
The
The
nipper?
nipper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I could see.
He's
what-
the guy
yeah.
that finished birdie, birdie, birdie yesterday.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
the one?
He's the one.
Yeah.
I believe it.
And the thing is, he's all hush and quiet,
Yeah.
and he's a barber back home. He's
Yeah.
so proud.
See?
You
Yeah.
see that? He was proud. He was talking about how 2 years he's been a barber. And I was messing with him because he got that accent. He got an accent like you, but not as cute. You know what I mean? So he was all cutesy and stuff like, nah, I don't work here.
He's from Belfast.
Belfast. Oh,
Yeah,
you were talking about that.
he plays at a golf club called Blackwood. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and his dad was actually one of our Northern Ireland's famous hairdressers.
Oh,
So,
is that what they call them? Hairdressers in
yeah, well,
America are
yeah.
a little different.
Well, this
It's like that crack
guy's
thing.
done good. So his dad's done good, and they both play golf. They're crazy about golf.
Yeah.
So I was delighted to see Andrew and Jeff is from Blackwood as well. I was delighted to see them make it onto the team because
Yeah.
they're just golf fanatics, and this is what it's all about.
It is. I mean, all the guys. I mean, when I was driving around and we got to talk to several of them, it was like they were. It didn't matter who was Ireland and who was America out there.
Right,
And
right.
and ideally, that's what you want. You want that camaraderie. Yeah, there's a challenge to it all.
Billy, I like her thought process and
Uh-huh.
the speech that she gave to the players because how many times have we talked about, especially here in the USA or any place actually you play golf. It's you against the golf course, not you versus somebody else.
Yes.
It's a great speech that you gave to them. Don't worry about how far you're behind. Worry about the point ahead.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
that
that's the
makes
secret.
sense.
That's the secret to this event.
So you
And
just told the USA
so
the
don't-
secret,
yeah,
you know,
just
right?
say,
Because
yeah.
they're out here. They're listening to this.
Can we broadcast this next week?
Yeah. We might.
Well, we're live.
Oh yeah.
Well, she doesn't know that yet. Too late.
There we go.
No, but it's been really, I mean, even from the outside perspective, not participating in the event, meeting all the people. I've seen them at the pub, as you guys would call it, in the bar in America, and I've seen them outside while we were eating dinner and stuff like that. And they're so humble.
Yes, they are.
It's so different. You know what I mean? It's like they're really, truly enjoying the experience and absorbing everything that they can take away from this event, as opposed to just like being stuck up, like, I'm doing this, I'm just going to win, I want to win, and go bye-bye.
Well, you know, the thing is, they've all come through qualifications.
Right.
And they've all worked hard to be here. But, like, just look where they are. Arnold
Right.
Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge for a
Yeah.
week and 4 games of golf.
Yeah.
I mean, just doesn't get any better.
No.
This is golfer's haven. Like, we're sitting here now having breakfast,
Yeah,
looking out there. The first tee's to the right,
Yep.
the putting green's in front of us.
With the clock, by the way.
The clock. We got
the famous
The
clock.
famous
Bay Hill
clock.
right
Yes.
in front of us.
And, you know, everything is just so close together. And that's the beauty now of having the event here this year, is that everyone is staying together. Because at Bay Hill, everything's just, you know, beside
We're
one another.
typically, if you're like on the tour, you're playing the Ryder Cup. International teams away from the USA team, USA teams away from the the international team. So this is a great
Everybody's
for
mingling
camaraderie and
Yeah.
and spirits and stuff like that. I mean, it's just great. This is how Arnold Palmer would want it.
Yes.
Exactly. I mean, you know, he's going to be looking down here and going, wow, look at those guys having fun at my place.
Yep.
And I'm sure he's enjoying watching the golf as well, because it has been fantastic.
And
I mean, the guys are
you know
enjoying
what?
themselves,
And
but they
I
are
am
playing great golf.
convinced that if he was here with us right now, he'd be in this room with us right
He
now.
would, yeah. And I mean, we were very fortunate the first day we arrived. His daughter, Amy, came over and introduced herself to the whole team. And not only that, she came back again a bit later on, you know. And then on the first tee yesterday, I mean, how cool was that? And, you know, we had Brian Dorn, the director of golf. He was out there throughout all the tee-offs.
We got pinned.
And Roy Saunders, Sam Saunders' father.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody. I mean, I walked up here from my room to breakfast this morning, and so many people were saying, you know, hope your team plays well today. Good luck today. Everybody knows about the event,
Right.
so it's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Well, and that's the
Absolutely.
thing over here. I mean, while we joke around and say, hey, you know, Team USA, we're from USA. We're supposed to say that.
Of course.
We're
I'll be
bred
going
that
Team
way.
Ireland, Team
exactly. And that's, if it was different, then there'd be something wrong.
Yeah.
But ideally, you know, we're all here for one reason, and the best team's going to win. I don't want to win because somebody, you know, messed up or played their worst.
Yeah.
I want everybody to play their best and have a winner. And it doesn't matter in the end who wins, because we're going to keep the cup anyway.
No, well, you see, I've already paid the excess.
You already
baggage.
paid?
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Oh, well,
yeah.
Well, I hope they give
Sorry,
you a refund.
I hope they give you.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to talk about before we let you go is USGC is already hosting qualifiers. What about Team Ireland? Are they already hosting qualifiers? And because we know we have many people that listen to this show in Ireland.
Yeah, well, we hope to be making an announcement pretty soon. We would love to run the qualifiers this year for next year. You know, so
Yeah,
the
it
team
makes
is
sense.
already in place. I mean, we did it this year. We had a short run-in period. We had the qualifiers in March, April, and we're here now in May.
Yeah.
So we need to change that around. And the reason for that is this event has got so big, you know.
Absolutely.
I mean, this started off, it's always been a great event, but it started off, it was an idea, and it's now grown into one of the most sought-after amateur golf events that people want to play in.
Well,
So-
from my understanding, I don't want to mention any other countries, but I hear there's other countries that they're throwing their hat in the ring as well.
Yeah, and you know, we're talking maybe 2-3 years down the line.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll see other countries participating in this. I mean, there are countries interested at the moment,
Yeah.
but we have to take baby steps.
Yeah, you don't outgrow
No,
yourself.
we don't want to outgrow at the
Yeah.
moment, but it will happen eventually.
Oh, it has
and,
to.
you know, we've got a lot of people ringing us up and saying, you know, how can we get our country included in this? So that's great. You know, it's going to be, and you know, this is now we now know
You
it's
do
something
have
that's
the
gonna-
home field advantage. You do know that. Who doesn't want to go to Ireland to golf? Northern Ireland is fantastic.
It is.
I'm ready to go.
fantastic.
You said you paid the excess baggage already?
Yes.
So when you lose the cup, can I just go in its place?
Yeah,
We're about the same weight.
We'll take you home in a suitcase.
Yeah.
You're going to love it over there.
I would. I mean, the people are awesome.
Yeah, it's just a superb place, and as I say, there's so many things to do, golf and the non-golf activities. That and
I want to go to the Game of Thrones stuff because I'm a big GOT fan. I mean, I don't like the ending. I ain't gonna do no spoilers out there. But yeah, if you could take me to those sites, I'd be happy.
You can go and see all the doors. They have all the doors, and they've given them to different places. So it's kind of like a trail, a mystery trail. Where's the next door? And so
That is awesome. I like that.
There's a door in my hometown of Enniskillen. So you can come there. And
That's
it's in a
awesome.
pub.
It is?
It's in the pub?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's in the
Oh,
pub.
I'm there.
Blake's of the Hollow.
I'm there.
Blake's of the Hollow pub. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The oldest pub.
The oldest pub?
Yeah.
There's a lot of history there.
And see, I want a true Guinness. I do, because I mean, I drink Guinness here in the USA.
It's not the same.
I don't believe it. It might be. I don't know.
No,
but
it can't be.
I don't think
There's
it's
no
the same, is it?
Well, they when I was younger, they used to say that Guinness didn't travel. So I actually lived in Hawaii for a period of time, and I used to tell people, it doesn't travel. And like, I was so naive, I thought it was like because it couldn't travel the distance. But what it actually means when they say that is the distance, the pipes that the keg is from, where they pour it.
Yeah.
And so if they have it deep down in a cellar, it's not going to taste as good if the keg is underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I believe it. I'm not a drinker. I don't drink at all. I never have. I've dabbled every now and then. When I went to Coors, I went to their factory, and I tried store-bought Coors and Coors when they manufactured it. And if people think it tastes the same, as a non-drinker, they're crazy. That beer coming out of those kegs is amazing.
Yeah.
If I can get that, I might be a drinker. The stuff they sell in that can and sitting there with the expiring date, nah.
We see, I can't say to you that it tastes good over here because we want everybody to come over to Ireland.
Absolutely.
That's right. So,
that makes sense.
That's
you
what I want to
know
do.
If it really difference, you got to go to Northern Ireland.
Go to Northern Ireland.
That's it.
Made for golf.
And Guinness.
Well, we wish Team Ireland nothing but the best of luck today because you're going to need it.
Beware.
But I love you to death. We have had great conversations, even off the air and off of video. And Lynn McCool is the young lady that was in the video when we did the Facebook Live, and she's just a great, great gal. And if you ever have a chance to talk to her, the stories that she has about Ireland and the stories that she has with Arnold Palmer is just incredible.
First woman in the men's locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop, whoop.
But Lynn, thank you so much for joining us here in
you for
Biggs
having
Golf
me.
Talk, and good luck to you guys.
I'll go and talk to the team now.
All right,
Go Team
thank
Ireland.
you.
There you go.
Go Team Ireland.
More Biggs Golf Talk coming your way. Coming up next is On Par with Amanda here on Biggs Golf Talk. We'll be right back right after this.
Having a corporate or charity golf event? Backswing Golf Events can supply your tournament with personable, professional golfers to entertain and fundraise on the golf course. They can accommodate any size group, whether it be 3 players to 500. They are your team. From range lessons, Beat the Pro, and Pro-Am style roaming, they're making lasting memories one swing at a time. So make sure to check out backswinggolfevents.com or call us direct at 661-316-3093 and book your pros now.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap, already providing over 10,000 scholarships. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
Golf is a dirty game. It's time to clean it up with Ready Pot, the only putter cover with a built-in ball cleaner and magnetic surface. Clean balls roll accurately, meaning you make more putts. Sink more, swear less. Clean up your game with Ready Pot.
It's time for commentary, opinion, and controversy. On Par with Amanda. And here's the golf diva, Amanda Robertson.
Welcome to another edition of On Par with Amanda.
Hope you guys are having a great week, and we are going to dive right into last week's topic. For those of you that caught it, and for those of you that didn't, let's fill you in real quick. So I talked a little bit about Chris Kirk. He's a veteran PGA Tour player, and he made an announcement where he is going to be stepping away from the tour for a bit to focus on his issues with alcohol and depression. I read a few articles and nothing but positive vibes. There was definitely not really any backlash, as there shouldn't be. I think it takes a lot for someone to step aside of career and all other things to really self-heal and to take care of, something that needs to be addressed. Addiction and mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, those are pretty common in athletics and with professional athletes, but also just people in general. There's so many different variables that add to those stresses. And so for him, we definitely are pulling for him. I think it's a big thing for Chris to kind of step away and to know when to step away as an athlete and as a human being. Sometimes we think, well, it'll get better. We'll just mask it. And so I have to give him a lot of props for kind of owning up to something that he needs help with. And I know it's hard to ask for help, especially I think guys more than girls tend to struggle. It's not something you're proud to share. But I think as we progress as a society, mental health issues and things that we are struggling with shouldn't be taboo. It shouldn't be something we can't talk about with others and ask for help and advice. And, 100% of the time, you are not the only person going through what you're going through. So remember that. And if nothing else, I just hope that everyone listening, if there's one person that just needs to hear that, you're not a lost cause, and that, even with hitting rock bottom, sometimes we can pull back from it. So I have to give major props to Chris, and we wish him a well recovery. The other thing is, a while back I talked about, this is kind of a segue into this, but Sergio Garcia had some issues that he was dealing with personally when he kind of had his episode out on the golf course, and he was having those couple weeks of just bad public relations, and he threw the tantrum inside the bunker, and then he tore up the greens. And so I'm not, and as everyone knows, I'm not a Sergio fan, but what I will say is that this is where I think it separates the elite from the non-elite, and it's the ability to be able to step away. So when Sergio played in that golf tournament, and this goes for other guys too, it's not just Sergio, but as an athlete, when you are stepping into an arena, you have to be in the correct mind space. And the fact that Sergio wasn't, but continued to push through anyway, for whatever reason, whether he was trying to just push that aside and sweep it under the rug, or he was trying to mask the problem, or he just thought, I just want to play anyway. But the problem with that is that it ended up in it's kind of a bad for all. It's a very immature response to a very serious, mature matter. And if Sergio did have something personally going on, that was him. He needed to step up and say, you know what, I'm not in the capable headspace that I need to be in. So maybe he can learn a little something from Chris. And I think sports are hard in general. And when you're playing at a professional level, it's not something that is taken lightly, and it's something that everyone puts so much pressure on themselves already, and then you have the public eye, and you have your agents and your team and your everybody obviously pulling for you but also pushing you, so there's just a lot, and this is not something that only Chris Kirk is struggling with, or Sergio is struggling with, whatever his own personal. Every single golfer has their own issues that they are having to compartmentalize as they go into play on tour. And learning to compartmentalize can be very dangerous, but a lot of times it's the only way to be a successful golfer, because you're out on the golf course not focusing on these issues that tend to be a little rough. So one of the viewers wrote in and said, his name's Matt, and he said, I admire Chris, and I really hope he gets the help he needs. So, yeah, I agree. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. This wasn't meant to be a controversial piece, rather than something that, I really feel that Chris is doing the right thing, and obviously we're pulling for him. So we are wishing him all the best and hope to see him back on tour. Let me know your thoughts on that, and if any of you are struggling with something, or you've been in a professional sports situation where you've had to kind of step away and reevaluate, let me know. We'd love to chat and also share some of your stories. So moving into this week's topic, last week I was doing a clinic and working with a bunch of high school students. And I was working with these kids that were from my hometown, and it was a blast to be a part of. And I experienced something that I've experienced before, but I hadn't really ever put much thought into it. And I grew up in team sports where you see a lot of parents that, you have the overbearing ones, you have the ones that are not even involved. So you get all ends of the spectrum. But what I did notice was this one particular case, and I'll tell you guys the story here in a minute. But so my topic this week is stop using kids to fulfill your dreams. And this is basically parents and sports and their involvement. So obviously this isn't just golf related. It's across all sports, across all activities, whether that's an art or anything whatsoever. We see the struggle, and I hear this from coaches a lot. The struggle is that these parents push their kids so hard into a sport or an art or something, an activity that maybe they were good at when they were young but didn't quite make it, or that they wanted to do but never got around to doing, and they're trying to live vicariously through their children. Now, I had very supportive parents, and I know a lot of kids that obviously it takes some pushing. My parents were always right there. Hey, let's go practice. Let's do this. But I was very much in control of, I love this sport. This is what I want to do. It was never, I'm out there to please my parents. But with that said, they pushed me. They helped me. They got me to where I needed to be. So I think that's totally fine to have parents that are involved. I love that. That's what you need, because as a kid, you don't really know how to get yourself to the next level. But what I cannot stand are the parents that are forcing something upon their kids strictly because it's something they think their kid should be doing or they wish they were doing. So that's fine. My kid will be the next Tiger Woods, when the kid doesn't even want to be playing golf or doesn't like it. So this is something that really bothers me, and I know a lot of people have strong opinions on this, as they should. And I guess my disclaimer is, if you are one of these parents, there is a way to be supportive and push and get your kids on track without being overbearing and causing them to do something they don't want to do. You have to make sure that they're interested and they want to be doing what they want to do. And as a child athlete my whole life, and also I was a musician, and I took everything from piano lessons to opera lessons to all of that as well. I did things because I wanted to do them, and my parents helped me achieve doing those. It was not the other way around. So with this said, let me tell you my story of my interaction. So I'm at this clinic, and there is a young girl, very, very young. It was mostly high school students playing on high school teams. Well, this young lady was in middle school. So I thought, wow, this dedication. She's in middle school. That's awesome. So I spent a little extra time independently with her from the group. And so I went over to her, and of course her dad was with her. Now, I didn't think anything of this. She's young. She's in middle school. It is a little different. And, she was very young. She was, 10, 11 years old. So I understand her parent being with her. Totally. It didn't even throw me off guard until I went over and I started talking to her, and she said, well, I used to play golf when I was young, when I was, 6 and 7, and I played a little bit. And then I took about a year and a half off, because I just didn't, I just wasn't into it. And then I started playing again. And I said, okay, well, tell me a little bit about what you're doing. So I'm watching her kind of chip golf balls, and she's struggling a little bit, but she just seems there was a lack of motivation, I guess, to be out there. But she was super nice and was chatting with me. And every sentence that or every question that I would ask her, her dad would answer for her. Now I get it. She's 11 years old. Your parents are probably going to answer for you in most cases because you're 11, but at the same time, I was asking her questions and her dad kept answering. So I kind of let it go. And finally, I said, hey, let me go grab a couple more golf balls and then I'll bring them over. So I leave. And as I return, she's in tears, sobbing in tears. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what is going on? So I pulled Dad aside and I said, hey, Dad, do me a favor. I said, take a hike, in a joking way, but I said, hey, let me figure out what's going on. And he's like, I think she's just nervous that you're a pro and you're watching her and all of this stuff. I said, Dad, take a hike. So he leaves, and I said, okay, tell me what's going on. What is the deal? And she says, well, I just, I don't, and she couldn't really find the words. And I said, let me ask you this. Do you want to be playing golf? Do you want to be out here? And she said, well, it makes my dad really happy. And at that moment, my heart literally shattered into 1,000 pieces. And I wanted to just grab her and tell her it's okay if you don't want to play golf. And that's exactly what I did. And, those of you that have your opinions of whether I overstepped in a parental position, but I just said, here's what you have to understand. Your parents love you no matter what. And if you don't want to play golf, you have to be firm enough to speak up and say, hey, this isn't what I want to do. I said, because they're spending money to have you out here, but you can never do something because it appeases someone else. This is something that's taking a lot of your time and your dedication. I said, well, tell me what you like to do. And she rattled off a list. Well, I like to do this and I love this and I actually really like tennis. And I'm like, then why aren't you spending your time and effort on a tennis court at a tennis clinic? And she goes, well, my dad. So I get done chatting with her and I kind of had a heart to heart. It's hard. She's 11. She doesn't want to upset her parents. I get it. Totally understand. But I move over to Dad and I said, hey, Dad, tell me a little bit about your golf game. Do you play much? And he goes, oh, yeah. He goes, yep, I do. And I said, oh, okay. Are you pretty good? Oh, yeah. I was really good, but I just didn't quite have the timing down that I needed to push me in time to get ready for college and to play pro. I didn't have the backing that she has. And right then and there's your answer, folks. You have a parent that is not doing anything wrong on purpose, but he is living vicariously through his daughter. He just thinks, wow, I could almost do it, so she could almost do it. And I will say there are stats, crazy stats, 60% of female golfer scholarships go unused every year. And so people go, oh my gosh, we can pay for her college. We just got to get her into golf. But you have to remember, folks, if your kid isn't happy and even if they're talented at it and they're not happy, it's going to be a very long road ahead for them and for you. And, I think sometimes it just doesn't strike a chord with you and you're not interested. So you have to remember that. And I am a big advocate of pushing your kids for sure. But at the same time, there is a healthy push that isn't coming from a place of, well, I didn't get to do it, so therefore they have to do it. So that's kind of my food for thought. It's something that's been on my mind in this situation that occurred. And, and I suggested that he have a chat with his daughter so that maybe they can get on the same page and to, whatever they did from that point on, I'm unaware of, and hopefully they got that straightened out. But I see this a lot, and I hear this from golf instructors a lot of how overbearing parents are, and it is very frustrating because you have to understand, and they should because they were a kid once, you put a lot of pressure, especially good students, good kids that are pushing hard to get into college, they're already putting enough pressure on themselves. So the last thing when they're playing a sport or an extracurricular, that should be fun to them. That should be something that they're enjoying and not just one more added stress. So let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear your opinion on this. This is something I'm very passionate about, and I could talk for hours, but we're not going to. So you're going to write into me at bigsgolftalk@gmail.com, BIGGS, golftalk@gmail.com. Put in the subject line "On Par with Amanda." And until next time, keep swinging for par.
That was a great segment by Amanda Robertson. Keep swinging for par, people. Keep swinging for par. On Par with Amanda, sponsored by Backswing Golf Events. Listen, folks, if you're looking for classy ladies to come and raise money for your event or your charity, as a matter of fact, BackswingGolfEvents.com is the only place you need to go to and book these lovely ladies for your event to raise money and entertain the golfers in your event. Backswing Golf Events is the place for your event today.
Hey, this is Boxer Shorts, and I've got some big news. Biggs Golf Talk is now on iHeartRadio. You can download their app for free or go to iHeart.com and search for Biggs Golf Talk. And make sure while you're there that you favorite us so that you'll know when we're on. Join all the other millions of listeners on iHeartRadio and listen to Biggs Golf Talk. We're the best. Rye.
The United States Golf Challenge, sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, is in its 5th season of identifying the best two-person amateur teams in the country. 8 teams and 4 flights in 2 age divisions represent Team USA in a Ryder Cup-style competition with their international counterparts in the King's Cup. We're looking for amateur golfers like you. The King's Cup is played in honor of golf's greatest ambassador, Mr. Arnold Palmer, whose honesty, integrity, sportsmanship, and commitment to excellence represent the ideals for which the game of golf is known. The road to the King's Cup begins with a local qualifier. Over 100 local qualifiers will be conducted throughout the U.S. beginning in February. By finishing in the top 30% of their local qualifier, teams earn their way into the USGC King's Cup National Qualifier. The USGC is also looking for golf courses to host qualifiers. For information or to search for a local qualifier, the USGC website is www.usgolfchallenge.com.
This is a commercial for golfers. Take the next step to improving your game with ShotScope and discover your strengths and weaknesses. Analyze statistics on your clubs, tee shots, approaches, short game, and putting. ShotScope V2 is the golf watch that combines GPS distances with automatic performance tracking. Once you have it, you won't want to play around without it. Check out ShotScope.com to take your game to the next level.
Welcome back to Biggs Golf Talk. Kicking off hour number 2, sponsored by U.S. Golf Challenge with Tito's Vodka, qualified for the King's Cup today by visiting BiggsGolfTalk.com or U.S. Golf Challenge and click on the link for local qualifying. By the way, if your area does not have a local qualifier, well, all you have to do is tell that golf course to please host a U.S. Golf Challenge local qualifier. So you have an opportunity to be in a place like this at Bay Hill Club and Lodge, Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge, and compete for the King's Cup. And Billy, you and I are 2 award-winning radio hosts.
Yes.
With a cup of our own.
Yes.
And
we awarded ourselves that.
Yes. Yes.
We voted unanimously for ourselves.
Yes.
Yes. And it's amazing how I posted that, and everybody loved it. They're like, congratulations. I was like, thank you. What do we win?
We beat out Tank.
Yes.
By hundreds of votes.
Yes, it was 100%.
Best media representing the International King's Cup.
Yes.
So
thank you for everybody that voted for us.
1, 2. All right, that's it. 1 and 2.
Yes, it was a 100%
and
swing.
Tank got 0 votes.
Yep. He got the tank empty.
By the way, we also made sure that we tied Tank's shoes to his ankles so he doesn't lose them.
Yeah, he's laughing out there because he usually loses materials when he's anywhere on a trip.
Feel the fabric, Billy. Feel the fabric.
No, thank you. I'll pass.
So we're talking about the U.S. Golf Challenge, USGC. We always talk about it here on Biggs Golf Talk every single week. As a matter of fact, there's times that we give out where qualifiers are being held, but it's very simple by you checking it out at usgolfchallenge.com. But join us now as our next guest here on Biggs Golf Talk is Bob Butte. And Bobby, welcome into Biggs Golf Talk, my friend.
Thanks, John. First thing I have to ask is, which camera am I supposed to be looking at?
Thank God it's radio, because I don't know if the public could handle two you and Biggs. Woo! Yep.
But,
Face for radio, Bob. Face for radio.
How is U.S. Golf Challenge feeling about the representation of Team USA out here right now that represents the U.S. Golf Challenge?
Well, I've just sent out a press release last night that pointed out that this is the first day that the U.S. has led since the inaugural event in 2016.
Woo! And that's Team Ireland clapping. Thank you, Team Ireland. Thank you. I think they're setting us up, but thank you.
You know what? There's Lynn. As a matter of fact, I gave Lynn a Gustbuster Biggs Golf Talk umbrella because we know how windy it can be.
They need that in Ireland.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
So she's going to actually represent Biggs Golf Talk in Ireland.
Well, you know what, Biggs?
Which happens a lot with
but
rain
that
and wind.
umbrella is really good. It's waterproof, so when the Team Ireland starts crying all around her, when we get the cup and then they all start crying, she's going to be safe.
Let me tell you guys, that first event in 2016 over there, that Gustbuster would not have held up to the wind.
Was it more than 55 miles an hour?
Yeah. I don't know, but it was a lot colder than 55 degrees.
So you've been to Ireland, and now these guys are. I was talking to a few of them on the putting green, and they're loving the weather. They're like, it never gets like this hot. And someone talking about 25 degrees Celsius, and I'm like, okay, we're in America. What's 25 degrees Celsius? I know Fahrenheit. I didn't know the Celsius kind of aspect. He goes, yeah, this is hot. And it was like 95 yesterday.
Yeah. I was at the end of last year's competition when Ireland had once again won 3 years in a row. I said, wait till we get you guys in 95-degree weather and on Bermuda greens.
Oh, yeah. It's a big difference.
I'm hoping the venue change will pay off.
Well, I don't know if you were listening earlier on, but Lynn was kind of insinuating that Team Ireland spotted that and said, that's okay. We are in a good place. We're confident about that lead. This is where we wanted it to be.
This is where they wanted allegedly be.
Yeah.
They wanted to allegedly be behind.
Be behind, right?
Yes. And, I think they do have some secret weapons, especially that little guy, that little barber. I don't know if he's a barber. I think he's a spy.
3 birdies to end the day. I think he was trying to send a message like, it ain't happening this way.
That was pretty strong.
Yeah. You got to finish that way and come back and end up in a tie.
3 down on 15.
Yeah.
Or on 16T and then get
16,
a half.
17, and half.
Get a half.
That was incredible. But I told him I was watching him from the very beginning because I didn't trust his eyes. I didn't trust his eyes. I looked at him. I was like, I don't trust those. I know you. I'm watching you. And look at what he did in the end. I think he just led us along, and then boom.
What do you have? What kind of eye? Do you have like Ray Floyd eyes?
I don't know, because, the American women, they were like all googly-eyed over him. And everybody's like, oh, I want to adopt you. And the other like, oh, I want to take you home. And the other was like, you need a green card? And I'm like, come on, ladies.
So
He's from
he
Ireland.
had like George Clooney eyes.
Yes, he did. A mini George Clooney. So and then he goes, I'll cut your hair. But they don't call them barbers. They call them hairdressers. So I was like, that sort of falls like that crack when they were talking about crack. Two totally different meanings. Our crack, their crack.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to be careful.
Yes, very careful.
So let's talk about the format. So yesterday we had
4-ball.
4-ball.
Yep.
And today we have what?
We have modified foursomes or modified alternate shot. And it's modified in the sense that each teammate will tee off on every hole. They'll select the ball they want to play, and then alternate shots into the hole from that point.
Yeah. I like alternate shot. I mean, you and I talked about that, Billy. I love alternate shot.
And I think I might be wrong, but I doubt it. When we were at it could be. I know when I covered the very last event that we did together, the national qualifier before they got here, I believe that this was my favorite event, which separated the pack. This is the one that separated the pack, and not everybody was really happy about it. And I remember listening to guys.
You made that point, yeah.
Yeah, because everybody was like, oh, this is not fair. It's not. And I was like, this is perfect because this shows who's a real team. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can't have that one. It's going to weed out the strong. If you got to have an equally strength team to go out there and do good today.
Yeah.
Because if you got one guy that's putting you
Yeah.
can't. Because, there's some teams that together – they're amazing. They complement each other. They have the long ball. They have the short ball. They can do those things together. And this is going to weed out the good from the bad really, really quick.
You know, Sam Snead once famously said that in this game you have to play your foul balls.
Exactly.
In alternate shot, you have to play your partner's foul
Foul ball,
That's
right.
right. Now, you drove around a lot yesterday, and we saw a lot of the stuff, and there was a lot of foul balls. There was a lot of water balls. People were losing their balls. It was like a ball fest out there, and they're like, anybody got extra? Because this course is tough. So now can you imagine? Now somebody hits a bad shot in the bunker, and somebody's not quite the bunker player than the other one. Well, that's the way. That's going to weed out.
I think that's where you gotta just talk about it on a tee box. That okay, where do you want that second shot to be at?
You got to
know,
play smart.
where's your comfortable?
Yeah.
You know, and that means whoever's teeing off might have to use a 3-wood instead of using a driver.
You don't want to get them that far or that close. You need to get you're going to actually work as a team.
Try and take the bunker just totally out of play if he's not a good bunker player. You know, if he can carry 170, 180. You know, let's put him in that position, in a fairway. You know that he has to carry a water at 180.
Right.
You know, because there is water out here. I mean, there's a lot of water out here.
There's water you can't even see.
Right. There's a little creek that goes down the whole right side of that one hole that Billy.
I hit that creek. I hit the creek.
You know, I realized that yesterday driving around because, at the tournament, at the Invitational, I mean, you famously see the lake there on 18.
Right.
But you don't see any water anywhere else, really.
Right.
Or I don't recall ever
No.
watching the telecast and seeing a lot of water.
Yeah.
Well, and it's something Billy and I talked about too. Was Bay Hill is not what I envisioned because when I watched it on TV, I never seen so many homes like I do in person.
Yeah.
You don't see these homes on TV.
Right.
But this whole golf course is surrounded by homes.
Big homes.
Yeah. Big homes.
Big homes. Very big homes. And it's different because when you first get here, the homes are small. You got a few big. They're old. They're dated. It's like a really true dated community. You're going back in time. And then all of a sudden you get on that golf course and the houses are like 8,000 square feet, modern, huge windows, huge this, huge that. So it's like you go into the Twilight Zone when you enter Bay Hill and you start actually playing out there. It's amazing the way they have the views. But the houses aren't that close. You got to really hit a really, really bad shot to get anywhere near a house. You could see the houses, but they don't come into play.
Yeah, you're right. You really have to hit a foul ball to hit
Oh, yeah.
That's not a foul ball. That is, you need to quit golf.
Yeah. It truly is. I mean, the views, it's really deceiving. Did you get to play? Have you played the course?
No. I didn't even bring my clubs because I knew.
You knew you had to work.
And by the way, kudos to U.S. Golf Challenge for what they're doing. I mean, you have a full staff here. Yourself, John Downey, Pat Posen, and especially I want to give kudos to Trudy because Trudy is just, I mean, that girl woke up yesterday sick and still came to work.
Yep.
And
then she went back and then came back out.
Yeah.
She
could have just called it the day.
Nope.
But she didn't. I mean, when everybody started teeing off, she was in her cart and ready to work.
She was.
And like you said, came back at it.
Yeah. And that's what this takes. I mean, the amount of work and effort in the background and takes months to plan. It's not something that just happens overnight. It's not something.
And by the way, the wives are involved too, aren't they?
Oh, probably reluctantly.
Inadvertently, they're getting thrown into the mix.
Not entirely by choice. But the other thing I want to say, though, is what makes our life easier is, the staff here at Bay Hill.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just been tremendous.
Phenomenal, yes.
Yeah, it was funny because, everywhere you go, regardless of its housekeeping, a waiter, a cook, anywhere you go inside this facility, somebody's greeting you and asking you if you need something. It doesn't, in America, you get kind of spoiled. You go in and you ask somebody from Home Depot, hey, can you tell me this? Oh, I don't work in that department. You know what I mean? Over here, everybody works in it doesn't matter what color shirt they have. If they're wearing Arnie's shirt, they're going to help you. They're going to smile. Everybody's good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening.
This is truly the compound of Arnie's Army.
Yeah, it really is.
It really is.
They make you feel welcome and home.
Well, we started planning this event over a year ago. I mean, like March of 18.
Yeah.
So we've been working with Katie Husum with the sales staff, and then Brian Dorn's the director of golf.
Yes,
and,
really nice guy. I got to talk with him yesterday.
Adam Tiller handles a lot of that stuff for
Mhm.
Brian.
Yeah.
And to a man, lady and man,
Yeah.
they've been terrific to work with.
They are. They've been really good. I mean, even helping us set up. It's one of the easiest pain-free setups that we've had.
Yes.
I mean, we got here,
Very-
the tables were
yeah,
set up.
absolutely.
We knew what we wanted, where we wanted. We came in this morning, the Category 5 cable was there, the cord was there, and then they were right there. You got everything you need. And they even helped us set up. They didn't have to do that, but they decided to do that. And
Great.
they came back to make sure there was nothing. Every step of the way, they were right there. Anything else you need, anything else you want. And we added a pair of speakers at the end, too. So it was pretty cool. They came out with that in 2 seconds. You want big, small, and they brought them, which worked out perfect.
Let's talk about qualifiers. Obviously the qualifiers are on the website, but for golf courses that want to host a qualifier, really don't know what they need to do. What needs to be done to host a qualifier?
Well, first off, there right on our homepage of the website, there is a tab talked about host a qualifier.
Yep.
And we have an overview sheet of what it takes. But it's simply, a local qualifier is a one-day, 18-hole event. It can be run on any day of the week the golf course chooses. It could be, they set the greens fee.
Mm-hmm.
Players register through our website, but then we take care of the golf course for the greens fees.
Yep.
And one thing that is important, and we find that the successful local qualifier is one where the golf course takes an active part in promoting the event.
Mhm.
Because we're going to do close to 40 qualifiers this year, and we can't be in Omaha
Right.
promoting that event. We don't have no access to their database or their market
Exactly.
and
Mhm.
golf shops and things around town.
Mhm.
So, like anything else in life, we have really good qualifiers. And
Mm-hmm.
Do you
sometimes
provide
we
them
don't.
with at least print materials with your logo on it, and that way they could pass those out or post them? Or
We have a couple of very nice pieces that Tito's created for us.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have our own that are editable and
Yeah.
can be emailed to a golf course's
So they can
database.
customize it to their
Yeah,
stuff.
customize it to their date and time
Yeah.
and fees and so forth. And then we do our own, national marketing.
Mhm.
We have this thing called BiGGs Golf Talk that
Yes, we do.
we use, but also
We on Cox Sports because I know
Yeah.
Randy
We
Tank
have-
did some stuff. I
we
worked
have
with him about it.
golfing around. I think
Golfing
he left
around,
out a no. I think it was supposed to be goofing around, but
Yeah, he's a goofball,
so we're
right?
on
Goofing
Cox,
with Tank.
Cox Sports, which reaches like 6 million households.
Yes, and he's in prime time, Tuesdays and Sundays,
Yeah.
right around
by the
prime
way,
time.
just in honor of another Cox with an X.
Cox with an X.
Yes,
That's it. Cox
we know our
Sports.
Jeremy Cox.
In new. Yeah, he made sure when he introduces himself, he goes, "I am Jeremy Cox with an X." You're like, "Okay, Jeremy Cox with an X." Yeah. So we always say X.
X.
Yes.
X marks the spot.
Well, rumors have it that, and I think it's a good idea. Bill and I have been in talks about this.
Mhm.
But what about a BiGGs Golf Talk qualifier?
Oh man, that'd be great.
That's what
Yeah.
we're in negotiations right now. We're gonna make, and I don't know.
Sounds
Rumor
like
has
a-
it, I
sound-
might be flying to Wisconsin not once but twice.
Twice sounds like a vicious
Ooh.
rumor, but
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's a rumor that's picking up.
where would that be held? Are you allowed to mention?
Well, we are talking with Edgewater Golf Club
Yes.
in Grafton, Wisconsin. So it's north of Milwaukee. A lot of great players. I actually played in a league there, and I think those guys would be very interested in. They would love something like this.
Well, we've had. I have to tell. I know the very first Team USA in 16. We had one team from Wisconsin. I'm embarrassed today. I don't remember their name, but
Yeah.
Right.
Now, how many teams is it again that to get automatically into the national? What is it? 15 teams?
If the qualifier has 15 teams at least, then the winning
Which
team,
is 30 golfers.
which is 30 players,
Yep.
15 teams, the winning team will get free entry into the national
You see?
championship. And if they get 30 teams,
Mhm.
every 15 teams, we will award
One free.
one free entry.
Yes, you can't
But
beat
30% of the field, regardless,
Mhm.
is qualified for the national championship.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So we're figuring upwards of 100 teams
That is awesome.
at the Legends in Myrtle
Mhm.
Beach in September.
Biggs might be there and doing triple duty.
Playing,
broadcasting, and just being my beat-down pillow. You know? That's how we roll. So
Your normal ebullient
yeah,
self. Right?
That's right. And I'm actually, if he plays, I'm going to go there regardless, and we're going to help run it too. So we're going to have a whole bunch of different
Hey,
hats
I
on.
tell you what, when you get 100 teams out there, and we're going to be on all 3 of their courses right there at
Yes.
the clubhouse.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful facility,
Yes. Mhm.
and I like the fact that you can stand there on their back veranda and
Mhm.
see
all the courses,
all the tees and all the 18th and 9th greens coming right back to the clubhouse.
That's
So
awesome.
Absolutely.
That makes life easy.
Bob, thank you so much for joining us here on Biggs Golf Talk. Any final thoughts for anybody that wants information about United States Golf Challenge?
Well, normal stuff. Go to usgolfchallenge.com.
Yep.
It's all there.
All right,
So,
there you go.
Thanks, guys.
We're going to head
Thank you,
into
Bob.
our next break, and when we come back, it will be your Golf Life Report right here on Biggs Golf Talk. We'll be right back. A golf ball that performs for you. The Encore Avant 55, hot off the tee, a formulated core that delivers more energy and utilizes soft cell technology to achieve ultra-low 55 compression. This blend of innovation and simplicity provides more distance and greater feel. The caliber, maximum accuracy. A patent hollow metal core creates significant rifle spin while reducing side spin, allowing the ball to travel along a straighter trajectory. The Encore Elixir Tour Ball, hot list winner. The premium cast urethane cover delivers a soft and pure feel off the club face and gives the Elixir ultimate greenside control, durability, and unmatched putting performance. Be sure to check out their combo packages and sign up for the loyalty program. Gift cards are also available. For more information, their website is www.encoregolf.com. And be more with Encore.
Golf Dots is a unique, high-resolution ink transfer to personalize your golf game. Golf balls, golf shoes, clubs, Golf Dots can personalize it for you. Golf Dots conforms to USGA rules and doesn't alter the trajectory of your golf ball. Tour proven on all major tours, Golf Dots is designed and made in America. Many styles to choose from that will fit every golfer's personality. New styles are being released on a regular basis. To order your Golf Dots, visit www.golfdots.com and enter promo code BIGJOHN15. That's Big John, BIGGJON 15 for a discount on your Golf Dots. Golf Dots is available in many golf shops, such as the PGA Tour Superstore. The website for Golf Dots is www.golfdots.com. That is golf.dots.com, or call 847-829-4238. Personalize your golf game today with Golf Dots.
This is the Golf Life Report. I'm Travis Harper. Golf Life has been doing some traveling lately to find some amazing golf courses. This past month, we found one with a spectacular setting right outside Santa Fe, Mexico. Let's learn more about Marty Sanchez Links de Santa Fe.
You don't necessarily think of golf when traveling to Santa Fe. You think of things like a sought-after art destination for galleries and Native American art and world-class cuisine with a lot of great natural and historical options for you on your stay to experience. We also have multiple golf courses within 60 miles of Santa Fe proper that are all spectacular options for golf. And they're all very affordably priced. Marty Sanchez Links de Santa Fe happens to be in a spectacular setting. The terrain of our golf course sort of just sits in with the natural terrain out here. We have a golf course that is extremely fun to play and very playable. The conditions are excellent and the price is amazing.
This is one of the best deals as far as affordability goes. And this also impresses people. They come here, they're not charged $100 to play or $200 to play. They get a great deal.
the way the course was built was really to capture the mountain ranges and the distance and really get to take in the high desert setting that we're in. As you kind of get into the middle of the front nine and the back nine of our golf course, you really get to experience the natural setting of our golf course, which is the high desert location here in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And you don't expect to see many water features or real lush, plush conditions, but when you get out there, the course is maintained in a way that the conditions are green and beautiful. So not only do we have a spectacular 18-hole championship golf course, but we also have a spectacular par 3 course, a 9-hole par 3 course, which is a par 28. It has 8 par 3s with a par 4 at the end. We call it the Great 28 because it's a par 28. And it is as well designed as our 18-hole course. And it is just a ton of fun to play for beginners, for intermediate players, and for low handicap experienced golfers who would like to go and maybe get a quicker round of golf in and sharpen their iron game and their short game. You can come right here to Santa Fe, New Mexico and experience top quality golf at very affordable prices. And Marty Sanchez Links to Santa Fe is the best example of just that.
As always, for the best video golf tips, gear reviews, course and trial features, and PGA player profiles, check out golflife.com or follow us on facebook.com/golflife or on Instagram @golflifetv. I'm Travis Harper, and that is this week's Golf Life Report.
Have you ever seen a tour pro line up a putt with a dirty ball? No way. A clean ball rolls accurately, and accurate putts mean lower scores. The solution? Ready Putt. It's the putter cover reinvented. Ready Putt has a patented ball cleaner that's made to absorb and retain water. All you need to do is add water, and it remains wet throughout your round, giving your ball the perfect shine. It also has a magnetic surface to hold your ball marker and divot repair tool. Let's say you switch putters from round to round using a blade, mid-mallet, or large mallet. Ready Putt Original has you covered. Look, putting is hard enough. Accurate putts start with a clean ball, and a clean ball starts with Ready Putt.
For more information about Ready Putt, visit ReadyPutt.com. That is ReadyPutt.com. Clean it and sink it. The Spider Divot Tool's revolutionary new design is better for greens and makes ball mark repairs easy. No sharp ends or dirt in your pocket, the Spider achieves amazing results with little or no skill. With a simple push-pull action, the Spider makes ball marks disappear quicker and better for a smoother putting surface. The Spider includes a magnetic ball marker and is made of milled aluminum to last a lifetime. It also makes a great gift for your next tournament and that special golfer who has it all. The Spider tool from Instagolf is a must-have in every golfer's bag. For more information about the Spider Divot Tools, their website is www.spiderdivottools.com and enter promo code BIGG Golf Talk to get 10% off your purchase. www.spiderdivottools.com. The Spider Divot Tools is the official divot tool of BiGGs Golf Talk. Welcome back to BiGGs Golf Talk right here on iHeartRadio, Spotify, on BiGGsGolfTalk.com. We're live from Bay Hill Club and Lodge, Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Bill, the Golf Father Cuevas, along with Big John Vick and Billy. All the players seem to have made their way out to the golf course right now. As tee times already started. They started at 9:30, or actually they're about to start right now.
Yep.
9:30 a.m. Eastern time, and going all the way up. But you actually observed something unique on the putting green, huh?
Yeah, they have the entire Team Ireland out there, and they're all helping each other line up their putts. So they're lining up the putts. They're one guy at a time, not everybody putting at the same time. One guy hitting each time. Everybody's trying to help. They're talking about the speed, how they're rolling, which way to go, position. They're talking about everything out there. So USA team, you got some on the range, you got some on the putting green, some are chipping. They're all over the place. But Ireland, their strategy might work. I'm looking forward to finding out the scores tonight because they're all helping each other.
Right.
I've never seen anything like that where the whole team is together working out on the putting green. So I'm thinking with the long ball hitters that they have, they're trying to pick up their points on that green.
Absolutely. I just want to give a big shout out to Annie Rockwell from Two Little Golfers. You remember
Hi,
Annie?
Annie. Yes, she's all over the place. I see her.
She just sent me a message. Says, thanks again for having me. My book is doing great and was nominated for an EVY
Award. Yes.
EVY Award. Always trying to get the word out about kids having a positive attitude in golf and in life.
Yes.
So I think that was in more relations to what Amanda was talking about on her On Par with Amanda.
Yes.
With parents living through their kids.
When we're talking about and stuff like that, the kids, can you see those kids when they grow up being part of the King's Cup?
Oh, that would be great, right?
You know what I mean? Because the King's Cup is going to be around for a long time. It's going to keep expanding more and more. The only thing that I think could have made it better is having women in it. I want to see the women in it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
women amateurs.
Yes. I think we need to figure
have
out
a women's division.
Yeah,
right.
Well, I don't even know if they need the division so much as players.
Right.
I think maybe some of them are shying away from it. Or maybe we're not doing quite the job yet because we weren't where it needs to be to get it there. But I think they're ready. I think they're ready for a couple women's teams or even mixed teams. There's nothing in the rules so far that we've seen that would prohibit a man and a woman team playing.
Right.
And I think that's next because everything that I've seen is based on handicap. So as long as you're within that handicap, and we have the senior division, so some of the guys are playing from red-yellow combinations, some are playing different combinations, some are just playing the reds. It's based on your age, your handicap, and stuff like that. But as long as you're within a certain handicap, you can play together. So
right.
I can see. I would like to see a men's and women's team or all women's team do it.
Right.
Because you're playing on your ability and not your tee. Because there's no such thing. And you know how we feel, and even a lot of the ladies, how they feel when you say women's tees, ladies' tees. No. Your ability tees. That's
right.
what we need to teach. Let us play by your ability,
right.
not your gender.
Yep,
so,
absolutely.
Yep,
absolutely. Speaking of women's teams, how about this, Billy? Duke Blue Devils tops Wake Forest to win the 2019 NCAA Division Women's Golf Championship.
Wow! Congratulations, man.
Absolutely. Duke won the 2019 Division I Women's Golf Championships on Wednesday afternoon in Fayetteville, Arkansas, defeating ACC rival Wake Forest in an epic final that couldn't be settled in 18 holes. Nope, went to extra holes. At one point on the back nine of the Blessings Golf Club, the Blue Devils trailed in 4 of 5 matches. They rallied to win 2 of those matches in sudden death with her teammates and coaches in the gallery. Miranda Wang made a par to defeat Wake Forest Letizia Bagnoli in 20 holes and clinched the program's 7th national championship. How about that?
That's crazy. That's amazing.
And coming up next is the men's national championship. So,
and it's the same schools, correct?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. It's interesting. It's cool. Very nice. Congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations, ladies. And I was watching a little bit yesterday on the Golf Channel.
And
so
there was some of it when we were downstairs in the men's clubhouse. Remember?
Yes.
When we were visiting Arnie's home down there, and they have cards set up. They have a nice little bar down there.
That is absolutely, it's, I don't want to say it's dated, but it is unique.
Yeah.
And
well,
that locker room,
and
brings me back to the days.
It is dated because they don't need to update it because it's part of history.
Right.
We saw the history down there. We saw all the lockers.
If you're a golf fanatic and you
God.
ever have a chance to take a tour of Bay Hill
you have to
Club
get
and
there.
Lot, you have to do it.
to go visit the men's locker room.
Because the history, going
Between
all the way
Arnie's
back
locker.
to the 60s.
Yeah, but you have Arnie's locker. Which
Right.
they,
Number one.
And there's nothing that says, oh, don't touch this, don't touch it. No. It's there. They want you to look at it.
They allowed us to take pictures for our photos.
They want you to open up the locker and look. They're not telling you to go play it and try it on his shirt and to take out his shoes and all that. But they want you and encourage you to go look and see what they're all about. And we actually saw a whole 4-locker set tucked away, no lights, no nothing.
Right.
But we got to see Paint Stewart's last locker. And how historic is that?
Right.
Nobody will ever use that locker again. Those 4 lockers are there. They're a part of history. And they're not, I mean, over here in Bay Hill, they're not trying to mess with history.
No.
They know what it is. They have everything set up. We got instruction on how they have a barber that comes in during the tournament and sets up.
Has a red and white pole.
Yes, they have.
Yeah.
You know, we went through everything that they go through. It's funny because the golf pros have lockers here. Remember we were talking about, we want a locker. But the golf pros have lockers because nobody else will want a locker that where all the traffic is at. But they still have a locker. You know what I mean? So how cool is that?
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. His plaque is like 3 times the size of everybody's plaque.
He's the only golfer to win multi.
Yes,
and he's got the biggest plaque on the locker.
That plaque is huge.
Yeah, and we'll definitely post all the pictures of lockers and stuff like that on social media.
We got the guy that won twice, 2 times, back to back, twice.
Back to back.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of history down there, and that it's preserved.
Absolutely,
and
that's what's so good about it. Like I said, if you're a golf enthusiast, you just would appreciate the history. Now, I will be honest with you. I thought Bay Hill would be taller and bigger.
Yes,
it's definitely not
ultra modern.
Right,
that's what I was thinking.
But the history, just when you pull up, you can appreciate it. Billy and I was just in awe, and it wasn't what we expected.
No, absolutely not.
I thought it was going to be taller with hundreds of rooms.
Yep.
What do you think they have? Maybe 120?
If that many.
If that many?
Yeah.
And everything is so close by.
Yeah.
I mean, the 9th green is just right outside 5-6 rooms.
Yes. And that's what I was looking earlier, because you got some of the guys from the Team USA. They're like us. Outside hours, we're a little bit higher. You're on the ground floor.
Right.
And I'm up above. I kind of like my view better.
I like the balcony on.
I like my view a little bit better than yours.
You can appreciate that.
You could walk out and literally go putt if you wanted to, which is awesome. Which I mean, ideally, a lot of people would love to do.
There's a short.
there's a
actually, the short game
is right
area,
right,
which is fairly new.
Yes.
So the short game area, practice area, is right outside my door.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to putt, I wanted to chip, I wanted to
anything you want to bunker play, it's all right there.
It's all right there.
Right there. And me, I'm on the
You
top
can leave
floor.
your clubs in there and just take 2 clubs out with you and just leave your whole set inside your room.
You didn't have to do it.
You just walk out the back door.
40 feet?
Yeah.
And you're in the spot. So, I mean, ideally, it's beautiful. And it's funny because they reposted my picture.
Yeah.
Bay Hill. They reposted my picture and said, this can be your morning view. This is how. And you got the link to get here to Bay Hill. And it's true. I mean, I woke up this morning and
you
the
appreciate
view is different.
it. Yeah.
You do. It's a gift to be able to experience things like that. And that's what it's all about. If you want, to golf and have a good experience, a home. A lot of people originally like, everything shuts down at 10 o'clock. But you see the peace and quiet and tranquility that's here? I mean, from start to finish, there's no craziness.
And that's a funny thing about this place because, I mean, just 20 minutes ago, we had hustle and bustle going through here. And now we're the only ones in the room except for the people that's getting the room ready for the next event.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, it's move and go. I mean, you get the hustle and bustle, but then the tranquility and the silence and the peace.
We've gone to relax.
Yes.
We've gone to unwind. And even if you're next to anything, I dread being next to the elevators.
Right.
In Chicago.
Yeah, in Chicago. Yeah.
We had that. We were next to those elevators.
And you could hear the ding. Yeah.
And you could hear the people coming because people don't care because they're coming at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. Here, everybody's in. 10 o'clock. The bars
I'm curious.
closed.
Anyone that's listening right now to Biggs Golf Talk, we have a chat room that is open. If you go to BiggsGolfTalk.com and you see the player that's live, well, if you click on that, it'll take you to another page that you can actually chat with us. But we have a chat room that is open right now. Have you been to Bay Hill? And if you have been to Bay Hill, what's your fondest memory of Bay Hill? I certainly have that fondest memory now.
Yeah.
and it's not just a lodge and everything, and the people here. Yes, great memories. It's going to be, but on the 18th hole to have that birdie, that had to have been Arnold Palmer himself putting that ball in the hole.
It must have, because you jumped out, you started screaming like a little schoolgirl. I was like,
you know what? I mean, come on. It was,
and then he was like, "That's it. I don't have to play the next 9.
Right.
I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
This is it. This is worth the whole entire trip."
Yeah.
And
Because I mean, we're supposed to be golfing today. We decided we're going to work, but
We're gonna work,
that
yeah.
that whole thing yesterday, that
Well,
was
the thing is, we golfed, and ideally we came here to work.
Right.
And we were lucky enough that we did get to golf. Yesterday we golfed our full 18. And we came here for a purpose, and we want to grow this event, and we would do it injustice by just golfing and not paying the attention that we need to. We put a lot into it, but I
Right.
think there's a lot
Right.
that we would miss ideally by not. We're going to be in a staff cart, and even golfing. We miss things. You're all going to miss things. So at least this time we're just going to drive around. We're going to absorb all the historic, value that this place has. Look at the beauty of the holes. And not worry about, oh, we got to hurry up. Somebody's behind us. We can't take this picture. Oh, you can't do this. We're going to be able to, to go out there, take pictures, talk to people, talk to the participants.
and you never know, there might be a Facebook Live, somewhere along the way. So
there's always that possibility. So there's a lot of stuff coming, and I think we made the right decision to invest back into what we believe in. And the U.S. Golf Challenge, it's up and coming and growing, and I think there's a lot of room for growth. We talked about expanding into other countries, and even Lynn McCool, when she said, we're not ready yet, quite there. There is interest in other countries, and I believe it to an extent, because I think we need to get women involved in this. And if we get women involved in Ireland and women involved in the U.S., we can take this and expand it even more. And when other countries say, hey, we got this, you don't want growing pains. So if we can grow it internally here first before we broadcast it everywhere else, I think that's going to give us more speed, more momentum, and a bigger force to go out there and get those other countries in.
Absolutely. I agree. I'll tell you what, like I said, if you ever had a chance to get out to Bay Hill, come on out and do it. I mean, it's a private club, so if you could be a guest of somebody or attend an event, and I think, I don't know if the lodge is closed off during a tour event or not, but I'm sure it is, because the pros are going to be in here, roaming around and doing their thing. So you would have to probably come out here like on your own and get a tour or something like that. And the other thing that happens here too is you don't carry any cash, or you don't carry a credit card with you.
No.
They give you a little pay card, and everything you do gets charged to your room. You leave a credit card on your room, and everything gets charged to that. So
that's what it is. It's different out here.
Absolutely.
Things that we would take for granted, that we think like, oh my God, how primitive. They won't take my cash. They won't take my credit card. It actually makes your life a lot easier. All you need is that one card. You don't have to go to your room number, last name, and you're done. I mean, you've shopped here.
Yeah.
You've got some nice gear since you've been here. We've gone out, the restaurants, the bar downstairs in the men's golf locker, the bars that they have upstairs. Everywhere we've gone, it's been simple, quick, and easy. And in the beginning, I had the same thought. I was like, oh, my God. You're not taking my credit card. You won't take. I don't want to charge for my room. You get that little anxiety.
Right.
But it's the same thing.
Yeah.
With less hassle.
Right.
Room number. This. Boom.
Yep.
Bye.
Yeah.
And
even on the golf course, by the way.
Yes.
And big
with the
hello.
girls.
Hey, let's say hello to Sarah and Mary.
Yes.
Sarah and Mary.
Mary.
The beverage car girls are just amazing.
Yes.
Even convinced me to have a double Tito's with Arnold Palmer.
You had a double. I love the bottles they had.
Oh,
the
man.
Arnold Palmer's really nice bottles.
Yes.
But yeah, Sarah, we became friends. She became friends of Big Golf Talk and everything. And I remember Mary was like, "Nope, I can't take your drinks," because I guess they break it up by side. First 9, back 9, which is unique in itself. How many times do you see that? Where a golf course, actually has 2 cart girls, let alone 1 cart girl out there.
Right.
and they split up in size, so you're guaranteed to see them a lot more.
And the staff is awesome. You got to keep pacing on this golf course.
We've golfed together.
Yes.
The golf course is like, where's the cart girl? Where's the cart?
Right.
And yesterday was 94 degrees here.
Right.
We needed the cart girls. I don't know if we needed double shots of Tito's vodka right away, but I think there was actually more Tito's involved than just the double shots. But there was it's easy. I mean, they come, they're very friendly. What room number? Blah blah blah. Don't worry. Okay, bye. It's done.
Right.
It's really, really simple. You don't need it, which is good. Less for you to carry, less for you to worry about. Ideally, you can leave your wallet and your credit cards, everything locked in your room, secured, and go about your business.
Right now in my pocket, I just got my room key and I got that little card that they gave us.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
For everything and anything inside here. Spa,
right.
Whether you want to go work out. I did go work out. The facilities that they have here are incredible. Total gym out there. They have some dead weights. They have a lot of machines, pools. They have a nice size pool out there, and there was a lot. I was surprised at the amount of people that were actually swimming laps in there. It's like they live here. There was a lot of them swimming laps. Men, women, old, young. It didn't matter. They were out there. A lot of the rules that originally when we first got here, that because they give you the card. And you read the card, know this, know that, no shorts like this. And you're like, wow, that could be a little excessive. It could originally turn you off. But then when you see that, it makes sense, and it's not bad. It is like,
because just like you can't wear like a skinny bikini.
Yes.
No
Brazilian.
Your buttocks have to be covered.
Yeah, and the thing is, these are the things that distract other people, and that's what it's for every guest's enjoyment, not just yours. I mean, you don't have to be an exhibitionist to go into the pool and have a good time.
Right.
And that's what they're showing. I mean, it's all about
class. So female, I meant to say the females' buttocks have to be covered. I mean, the male obviously have to wear trunks.
Yes. Well,
they can't wear Speedos.
It was funny because I was reading the card and it talks about Brazilian and all these other kind of crazy bikini stuff that that women ideally would wear, but then they covered it right after, and men as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they didn't leave out the men because we live in Florida, and I live in Florida, and I've gone to the beach, and I don't go to the beach anymore because some of the things you see at the beach that these, the older gentlemen decide they want to wear, and then you're like, wow. Yeah, so over here it's kept really classy.
I think it's refreshing. I think it's refreshing that we walk into some place, and when you and I arrive, I mean, we look like, compared to what people look like in here, we look like bums.
Yeah.
We had just a regular T-shirt on and shorts.
Yep.
And I had flip-flops on. And I felt bad walking in to talk to Bob Butte in the restaurant.
Yep.
The guy's like, "Oh no, you're good. You're
good. Yeah, you can do it. It's okay. You just got yours."
But we seen them get strict on people as the door hasn't even closed yet.
Yep.
Hat removed, gentlemen.
Yep.
Oh
yeah. And we were mistaken.
Right.
We thought that it was everywhere in the whole entire resort about the hats and the shirts and no T-shirts and blah blah blah. And we were like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? We're gonna get in trouble. And then we found out after the fact, it's everywhere around the golf course. Everywhere, if you're going into the practice facility, they want you to have clothes that look good. If you're going into dining, you shouldn't be wearing a hat when you're going into these into the dining establishments. You shouldn't have it when you're over here in the golf side. They want you to
proper,
be proper, and there's nothing wrong with that. But then when we get to our rooms,
you can do what you want.
You can do what you want.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which makes is common sense that we just forget. We forget about the commonality of, like, there's a lot of people. These are things that we would do in our own house. And ideally, this is what it's doing. They're bringing your home here. And you just got, it's simple, but we don't like rules. People don't like rules. People want to challenge rules. But it's really simple. I've never been so long without a hat as I've been here. Because I've gotten so accustomed to just having it on, leaving it on and not worry about it, because nobody's ever really told me except for when we went to the country club with Major Ed. I just had it on. Now here, I haven't had it on. People are questioning, hey, Bill, where's your hat? I'm in Arnie's house, man. It's respect. I can't wear it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot of comments, good comments. People will have, we did our pictures. We had some nice time. We got to hang with Tank. We got to play golf with Pat. So we had some fun yesterday in addition to the 2 days of working. So we're going to keep going.
Yep, we're going to keep going here on BiGGs Golf Talk as we take our last break here. When we come back, what's up next for Big's Golf Talk, because it won't be that far away that Bill and I will be together once again. We'll wrap it up here on Big's Golf Talk coming up next right after this.
Having a corporate or charity golf event? Backswing Golf Events can supply your tournament with.
Have you ever seen a tour pro line up a putt with a dirty ball? No way. A clean ball rolls accurately, and accurate putts mean lower scores. The solution? Ready Putt. It's the putter cover reinvented. Ready Putt has a patented ball cleaner that's made to absorb and retain water. All you need to do is add water, and it remains wet throughout your round, giving your ball the perfect shine. It also has a magnetic surface to hold your ball marker and divot repair tool. Let's say you switch putters from round to round using a blade, mid-mallet, or large mallet. Ready Putt Original has you covered. Look, putting is hard enough. Accurate putts start with a clean ball, and a clean ball starts with Ready Putt.
For more information about Ready Putt, visit ReadyPutt.com. That is ReadyPutt.com. Clean it and sink it. The Spider Divot Tool's revolutionary new design is better for greens and makes ball mark repairs easy. No sharp ends or dirt in your pocket, the Spider achieves amazing results with little or no skill. With a simple push-pull action, the Spider makes ball marks disappear quicker and better for a smoother putting surface. The Spider includes a magnetic ball marker and is made of milled aluminum to last a lifetime. It also makes a great gift for your next tournament and that special golfer who has it all. The Spider tool from Instagolf is a must-have in every golfer's bag. For more information about the Spider Divot Tools, their website is www.spiderdivot.tools.com and enter promo code BIGG Golf Talk to get 10% off your purchase. www.spiderdivot.tools.com. The Spider Divot Tools is the official divot tool of Big's Golf Talk.
This is Big's Golf Talk with Big John Vick and Bill the Golf Father Cuevas.
Welcome back to Big's Golf Talk, live from Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge in Orlando, Florida. And Billy, as we wrap it up here on Big's Golf Talk, it's been a great trip here. There's more work for us to do out on the golf course, but the show, and we're going to re-air this show, as a matter of fact, on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time.
Yes.
So it's going to be aired then as well, because we've just been so busy we haven't had a time to put another show together. So it makes sense, 2 days apart, just re-air the live show.
Yeah, this way the guys that are, and gals that are listening, that didn't have the opportunity to listen to it, besides it being on podcast, they can listen to it live.
Yep, absolutely. Phrase of the week. Phrase of the week.
Let's go. Let's do Arnie.
Let's do Arnie.
Yeah, Arnie or Arnie's Army.
Let's do Arnie's Army.
There you go. Arnie's Army.
So Arnie's Army is the phrase of the week. Head over to bigsgolftalk.com. So we have one more week left for when we come back. Actually, from Panda Ray, we're going to select the winner. But
yes.
So go on over there and enter the giveaways. We have some great giveaways coming up too for next month. So we're looking forward to that. Speaking of Panda Ray, Billy, what is next for Big's Golf Talk? We are headed to Panda Ray, New Mexico.
Yes, that's coming up. I'm looking forward to that. We got a lot of stuff coming, but that is the closest one that we have.
The Wingman Open.
Yes, I'm excited for that. I think I'm excited because of the guacamole as well.
The guac.
Yeah. I heard Mrs. Pat's going to be making some guacamole. Because we're coming to town, and we kind of got gypped out of it last time.
Right.
I ain't going to say how we got gypped out of it, but there was miscommunications, none on our part, that we weren't able to get that amazing guacamole. So we're looking forward to some guacamole when we get to New Mexico. And Panda Ray, of course, we're going to be there. What is it, Saturday is the event?
Saturday's the event. We're going up there Friday. We're going to play a practice round. Mm-hmm. And Saturday we're doing our live show Saturday morning.
Yep.
From there, so
yeah, wow, you got your umpiring duties coming on. I'm heading over to Tulsa.
Yes,
so I get to do Tulsa for the 10th anniversary.
Speaking of,
yes,
best wishes go out to Major Ed Pulido. He's
Absolutely.
our brother.
I was going to mention that, yes.
Yeah, and he's in the hospital right now. He's got an infection in his amputated leg.
Yeah.
And so we hope that you can spread your well wishes and pray for Major Ed. But there's a chance he may not make the trip.
Yeah, everybody's praying. I mean, his spirits are high.
Yes,
There's a
he
lot
is.
of people visiting. I believe last night I saw our boy Maddox, our official fourth, who's learning how to golf by JC, and everybody's arguing who's going to be the fourth, but we have first dibs on him.
We do.
Yeah, so everybody knows that. So when we come to town, we got first dibs. But he was visiting Major Ed yesterday. The only thing that I'm concerned about is that everybody's bringing the major candies, Reese's peanut butter cups, and a whole lot of other stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if he was getting enough exercise while he's in that bed. So everybody's showing him love with candy and sweets and lots of prayers. And I'm hoping, when I get there and, today's Thursday. So
right.
Tomorrow night when we wrap up over here, I'm on my route to Tulsa to hook up with some of the Indiana crew. We're going to be hooking up with Colorado and everybody else, all the chapters that are there, a lot of family and friends over there in Tulsa. So I'm hoping one way or another I'm going to see Major Ed, whether it's at the event or in the hospital. I'm going to make it my business to get out there to see him.
Absolutely. And I wish I put on today. I sent them a message and
yeah.
Said I wish I could.
Yeah,
I wish I could be there to visit and hang out with him and just talk and spend a day with him out. Because it could be pretty boring, being there. But
he's high spirited.
He's very high spirited, and there's many
Friday.
people that love him and have been visiting him.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? The Foltz family, they know how to take care of their people. You know what I mean? In regards to if somebody gets sick or somebody,
Right.
there's always support somewhere around, and that's what we need. We need that stuff.
All right, Billy. Well, until next week, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not that far away.
No, we get to spend. We've been spending a lot of time together.
Yes.
I know it's the highlight of your life, but it's okay. You know what I mean? It plays a big part in my life too.
For the Golf Diva Amanda Robertson, for Bill the Golf Father Cuevas, I'm Big John Vick. This has been Big's Golf Talk, live from International Kings Cup at Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge in Orlando, Florida. Thanks for listening, everybody. Good golfing, and you matter. We'll see you next week right here on Big's Golf Talk.
It's Saturday morning. We're gonna play golf. The wife is moaning. We're gonna play golf. The kids are all screaming like someone's gonna die. The grass needs mowing, it's 2 feet high. But the boys are calling, so we're gonna play golf. Golf course, here I come. Play golf. It'll turn you lazy. Play golf. It'll make you crazy. Something strange happens to your brain when you take a big swing with that little white ball. It don't matter if we win or we lose. Even birdie par and double bogey too. The boys are calling, so we're gonna play golf. Nice shot, Arnold. In-laws are coming over. We're gonna play golf. The smoke alarm's beeping. We're gonna play golf. Forecast is calling for all kinds of rain. Preacher man says we ought to be ashamed. The Lord have mercy, y'all. We're gonna play golf. Whoa, where'd that come from? Play golf. It'll turn you lazy. Play golf. It'll make you crazy. Something strange happens to your brain when you take a big swing at that little white ball. It don't matter if we win or we lose. Even birdie par or double bogey too. The boys are calling, so we're gonna play golf. celebrate when you take a big swing.